a bit tough. And
Yeah.
also, you know, interesting. You spoke about the rain,
Yes,
and I thought of you.
lot of rain.
And when somebody said on Tuesday that rocks were coming down at
Oh,
Emsall,
Emsall, yes.
so I thought of you, and I said to myself, see how long they've been asking for that bridge.
Bridge, yes.
But you know what?
Bridge
Ozzy?
over troubled
You
waters.
might soon get the bridge.
Yeah, because two presidents, two former presidents.
Well, one just last week,
just a couple of days ago,
and he's living right close to where the bridge.
He has to go over the bridge all the time.
So you might soon find out that a bridge might be built.
Yeah,
so you might be lucky.
I would think so.
Yeah, because I heard people talking about rocks coming down, and sometimes you just wonder, you know. And as we talk about that, Ozzy, I'm from Collioure, as you know. Collioure suffered again, and
Kulibistri suffered heavily.
But what I find, Ozzy, 8 years ago, when the storm came and destroyed Kulibistri, you heard talk about they were going to relocate people and so on. I know people who have actually left Kulibistri since after the storm, decided they're not going back there. And it is wicked and heartless because you hear people talking about God every time. Yeah. How do you leave people for 8 years struggling like that? The people, every time you have a storm, you have people say, people like Mr. Louis have to relocate. You're in danger. Yeah. And it is wicked and hard. And you know why it's so wicked? 2 years ago, you know, they built this thing by Buffett State, this big thing, and put rows of people there. And they've erected a huge wall, as you know. So quick, the wall came up. And it is 8 years people in Kulibistri are suffering. And all that. So how you could live in a country and we still talk about unity and you are punishing one group of people like that. Yeah. The people have, in fact, when the storm comes, I don't know when last you were down there. Yeah. But the place is bare. The people are at the mercy of God. Kulibistri as well. Yes. Collioure, they started putting a wall and they stopped. Yeah. And then this thing came on Monday night and all in the village rain. In fact,
in 2023.
And Ozzy, you know, well, probably what I'm going to say, there are 3 quarries in Collioure. 2 of them you would know, you're familiar with the people involved. Yes, 2 of them, not calling any names. But Collioure should be the envy of Dominica. 3 quarries where people making millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. The road is in a bad state. Collioure village, and sometimes you just wonder. In fact, the police station was destroyed. They haven't rebuilt it. And you just say to yourself, what is going on? And the people in Kulibistri, my God, if we're talking about God, help the people. It is wicked.
No development in these villages for all those years, Lockhart.
In fact, Collioure, if you come, in fact, yesterday I was saying to somebody, why do you have a parliament? What happened in Collioure? Nothing happened in Collioure. Collioure roads and it was, and I say you have 3 quarries. A lot of people have no jobs. Yeah. So what is happening? Yeah. And then Kulibistri living in a worse state where you just, in fact, as you approach, Kulibistri right in front of you. So any heavy rain coming down, the people are in danger.
So the heavy rains, where were you in Collioure?
Yeah.
Collioure.
Yeah. And I'm saying, you know, it is wicked for people to be talking about God. And you have a group of people are suffering.
And you're supposed to have money flowing.
Plenty money flowing. Because see how quick it was. They built the wall. I'm sure you have seen, you see the wall was in by the bridge, Rosa Bridge there. They had to protect the Rosa people. Quickly. And it is 8 years now that one group of people are suffering. Suffering why? Because they don't support you. And we talk about God. And we want to live good together. We want to unite. How are you going to unite when you treat people like that? You have people suffering like that. So, and it's real suffering.
It's from bad to worse.
From bad to worse, you're right.
Yeah. We have some callers already. Yeah. They want to join in the conversation.
Good evening.
Yes.
Hello.
That's your girl from Montprosper.
I'm the Montprosper.
Yeah, good night.
Mr. G, good evening.
Good evening. You're a girl from Montprosper.
I said I'm not hearing you. Go on.
I tell you know what happening in Dominica?
Well, tell us.
Because people are afraid to protest. If you want something, you protest. I see all over the world, people want things they protest in. Dominicans are afraid to protest. It's 2 things they can do you. You live or you die. You protest for what you want. If you have to close road, you close road. If you have to open road, you open road. You fight for what you want.
Yeah. Well, what you said makes sense, but why would you have to protest? First, you live in a country, and the government is the government for all of Dominica, not for Roseau or Portsmouth or Grand Bay or Vickers, for all of Dominica. You cannot leave a group of people at the mercy. Every time people hear heavy rainstorm coming, they have to run or leave from the home. We have another caller. Let's take the caller. Good night.
Hello, hello.
Yes, good night. Good night, Tibo.
Hi, how you doing?
Good night, Mr.
Luis.
Hi, have a good evening.
Yes, this is Lucy. I've been
Lucy.
crying for a wall in Bathurst State for years. 8 years, 9 years. No wall. Every time bad weather, I have to run. I'm the first to pick up my bag and run because I'm by the river.
Can you imagine?
But I guess I stopped calling for Regio or whatever for Emsol because they have all their people in Emsol. And right now, the useless president is there right now. So I want to see what they will do.
Yeah, there are two presidents there now, so they should get lucky. Yes.
Well, that's why I say soon you might
Two
find
presidents
the bridge will be built.
Yeah.
Because you see, even that too, particularly where you have this cliff, which could be very treacherous.
Very much so.
You could get caught off there.
Yeah.
So I just find for so long, somebody I'm going to tell it to me, they must build a bridge there.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot live in an area and you can be closed in there.
Promised the years they've been promising that bridge, you know. And
Yes.
can be cut off
Easily.
Cut off.
And people could. We have another caller. Sorry.
I think we have another caller. Yes.
Yeah.
There are many gods, you know.
Muku, what's up? Go ahead.
I said there are many gods, but Pharaoh is God and Moses is
There are
God.
many gods.
Muku, that's what he's saying. Huh? And what? Go ahead.
Pharaoh is God and Moses is God.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know which one you're talking about.
No, well, I know it's one God that's there.
Yes.
And all of us have to serve one God.
So there are many gods. Leo was a money God, you know.
Leo the
money God. That's a nice one.
Yes.
No, but it is wicked. And every time I say you pass through Colby Street, I mean, that's why I went to school also in Colby Street. My father was the principal there. So we have another caller. Good night.
Hello, Sports Rap. Hello.
You have the number of concrete trucks that go down vehicles.
You mean they went down there in the last couple of days?
That was for scary.
Huh?
Building that wall for scary.
Where?
Because
Penville.
Oh, they're building a wall in Penville.
When he was building the wall, the amount of concrete truck that went down there.
When he was building the wall.
Okay, I hear you. I get you.
Yes.
And to build the wall for them people is a problem.
Yes.
No, it is just wicked. How do you treat people like that? The people are citizens of Dominica.
No fight.
And it is just wrong. And also I feel for these people because you know there's a lot of poverty in Dominica. We have to accept that. A lot of people sometimes they don't know where to go. From the time they hear storm is coming, they start getting scratch in their head. We have more callers. Good night.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, Your Honor.
Evening. Bob Marley. Yes.
Yes, sir. And Sibo, what's up?
Very good, man. Very good.
That's good. Sibo, you know what is so troubling about that situation in Kulibi Street? after Maria, it was Kulibi Street, Corleo, I think Petit Savon, that got the worst out of that storm. And the Roosevelt Skerrit come on the radio and he said these communities, they're going to get the priority. Sibo, you hear anybody in Kulibi Street get a house from Roosevelt Skerrit?
Well, in fact, Kulibi Street, I tell you, they have to run. They don't know anytime they hear rain is bad weather comes, they don't even know where they're going.
So I suspect when you see coming and give this big speeches for the outside world, people that don't know what's happening in Dominica. Because Kulibi Street was supposed to get priority in terms of rebuilding, moving people, dredging the river. Up to now, nothing happening in Kulibi Street. You know what I mean? And this people is more than wicked. This people in a class by themselves. Anyway, listen, I just want to voice my opinion on that because I have a lot of family and relatives in Kulibi Street too. Although I born in Salisbury.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bob Marley. Thank you.
All the lights going.
I think
all the lights going.
Number of callers. Yes, hello.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you doing?
You're batting very low these days, man.
You're number 6.
You're very low. You're not scoring runs.
Sometimes you have to do that. Last week I was at the meeting. One of Antigua's.
She's afraid of the new ball.
What you said? One of Antigua's what?
One of Antigua's most handsome men on the radio.
Well, you had one of the greatest men in the world last week. In fact, Ozzy, we even have to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm handsome, you know. I don't know if he's still handsome. When he was young, he was handsome.
Ivy Richards.
Amen. That bridge, Ambrose Church, I can call his name, and Gary stood up right in the end. You know where I live in.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the end, there's a house there. And right there, they said it's going to cost them $6 million to put a bridge right in front of me. That's the first time I shook Roosevelt Skerritt because I wasn't into so much thing and he wasn't into too much
Yet.
things that you had to speak about. Like, no. And they stood up there and they write about it. I said, excuse me. Right there, they said it's going to cost $6 million to put a bridge on a wall there. Since in 2007, you can remember the time when Carmela asked him the question, what necessitated you live in Dominica at the time of a hurricane? Yes, since that time. So right now it's about 16 years? Yes,
Yeah, 16 years, yes, 16.
I thought I was still at his home. So they're going to be forced now, even if it's a Bailey Bridge, they might have to put there for Ayatollah to pass because they can't give Ayatollah a helicopter again. Have a blessed night. Bye-bye.
All right.
Because what I don't
thank you.
understand also, even when these people sit down in cabinet and they're deciding what they're going to do, they don't think. So the other people themselves that are sitting there cannot say, well, so and so we need to help these people. How do people live in
People
a
are just rubber stamping, man.
Yeah, that's what I know that, but what I'm saying, you people are heartless.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a group, and a lot of these ministers pass down Colby Street. They see the people, the plight of the people. They know that any heavy rain, people have to run. Some of them cannot run, have to stay there. So if they die, they die there.
Happens every year.
Every year, the people.
Sebastian,
Hey,
gentlemen.
good night, Lobby.
Lobby is with us, yes.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Lobby.
I'm there. How are you all doing?
Hey, very good, Lobby. What about you?
Well, I was concerned about have you purchased your life vest now? Because there's a steady flow of water your area these days.
Well, always.
People, can you swim?
Very well. In fact, every Saturday, I mean, this is swimming school. Yeah, man. I go down there and swim call you. My last scholar. But, Lobby, what I'm saying, it is just wicked, and I'll say it straight. 2 years ago, is it last year they put the apartments in Bafeset? Last year, I think, right?
About a year, yes.
They built a wall since that time, Lobby. A big wall. In quick time. It is 8 years now. The people are suffering. No assistance. None at all. None. They don't know where to turn when they have bad weather.
People, something else.
Eh?
The Taro Cliff. This cliff, they're very dangerous, you know.
Well, everywhere, a lot of places don't get dangerous.
No, but in terms of, we have I'm just afraid for you all during rain. And you all have to pass the place, you know. You can be surprised, you know.
Boy, I don't know. And, but also one other thing, I need somebody to explain. You can explain that.
That is dangerous.
When I hear nonsense about, the government had to purchase a generator and give to Domlec. In Domlec, the government's paying. Okay, if Domlec had purchased it, the light bill would go up. So the government buys it and gives it to. I want someone to explain that. I cannot understand that. To me, that Domlec is the government's thing. The government bought Domlec. The girl belongs to the government. So how on earth you are telling me you're buying a generator to give to Domlec to avoid people light bill? That makes no sense to me. I'd really like somebody to explain that to me. Honestly, I don't understand it. Oh, Domlec, if they purchase it, the light bill would go up. So the government buys it and leases it to Domlec. My goodness. Boy.
Yes, we have another caller. Yes, caller?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, go ahead. Hello, yes.
What I'm saying, how is the government purchasing a generator and then leasing to Domlec? That makes no sense at all. Good point.
Yeah.
Ozzy, well, you're a lawyer, probably you can explain to me. Honestly, I really like an expert, somebody that knows about it to explain that to me. Because I
don't quite understand that myself. I don't quite understand it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I want someone to explain to me, or you buy the government purchases generators and they will lease it to Domlec. And because if Domlec purchases it, Domlec is the government's place. Man, the government appoints directors in Domlec. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have another caller. Good night.
Hello.
The boy, you know, when you hear that talk, it's a seeking sympathy talk from the people. So Domlek will get the generator, we borrow it to them, or we listen it to them, and the people's lives wouldn't go. When you hear Conan speaking, have a blessed day.
We are really in danger in Dominica, man. Really. And a lot of rain falling out there, Ozzy.
A lot of rain
Yeah,
outside.
that's why I was a bit, a lot of rain. A lot of rain out there. A lot of rain. And what I want to know now, they had said about hydro, but we have plenty of rain. So what's happening now? Will the blackout stop? We have plenty of rain. So even that they need to explain. Because nobody seems to explain
I hope it stops so that this you can watch your World Cup
well,
matches.
because it's 7 weeks of cricket, you know.
7 weeks of cricket.
So we don't want to be disturbed
5 days.
while you are watching and you just hear poof.
Yeah, boy.
And then you are in heat.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
But you know what I would like? A lot of these people who come down and vote, they need to come down and face some of this stuff,
Yeah,
you know.
come here.
What if it come
Adversity.
and they have sit down in their home
Yeah.
and they cannot sit down. They have to run outside so that they can face what we are facing
Yeah,
now with
enjoy
this
it.
electricity.
Yeah.
Enjoy the suffering we're going through. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
We're just in a
Anyway, 6:25. Huh?
we are hot in here, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Sibo,
Yes, Lobby.
you said it's raining right now.
Right now, that's why I had to sit down in the vehicle for a few minutes before I came out to come upstairs because
So
it's
are
raining.
you still going to call you tonight?
No, man. No.
Oh, I thought you were going to pass by that Taro Cliff again.
Well, Lobby, people go down there a little bit. A lot of the ministers have to pass there, you know.
Have no choice.
And they have no choice.
Unless they have helicopters.
Well, yeah, a lot of these ministers have to.
Why?
In fact, I heard somebody talking about they should put some netting for over the cliffs
What?
so that when rocks fall down, I mean, that's a good idea. I mean, these engineers probably know how they can do that. Yeah, it can be done. Put netting over all these cliffs, even under the cliff there in Kenfield. So when the rocks come down,
Yeah.
it can protect the populace. But I guess people have other things they feel are more important, like building houses. So when I give it to you, you will have to vote for me and that sort of thing. Yeah, people are not concerned about the overall development of the country. They're not concerned about it.
Yes, caller. Yes, I see red light. Yes, hello.
What do you call the matches in New Zealand and England?
Oh, England! We have to know England were humiliated today.
Oh,
Muku.
yes.
They were
Right.
They were humiliated today.
So,
But Muku, I saw Muku today. He looked very elegant today.
Muko.
Well dressed, yeah.
That's
Muku, where are you going now? Muku, are you online? Yeah, he looked very elegant today.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
Muku.
Yeah, well, England was humiliated. I've never heard of a partnership of 273 partnership. There has never been a big partnership in the World Cup.
And it's how it was done, Ozzy.
Yes, it was thrashing.
How
going.
it was done.
The guys
Yeah.
scored around 8 runs and
They
over.
were pummeled, England. I mean, it was like a
But
big
I
man
couldn't
playing against some
understand-
kids.
Yeah,
That's how it
I
looked
couldn't
like.
understand it.
And the England, they had no answer to it.
No
Absolutely
no answer at all. Wood went for 11
Yeah,
runs for over.
yeah,
The fast
yeah.
bowler Wood went for
In fact,
11 runs
he
for
looked like
over.
a spinner today.
Yeah.
I
fella-
saw the young guy, Ravindra.
Ravindra
Oh.
was 6. That was
And-
the stroke of
and
the
it-
match, man.
And the way I tell you, Ozzy, they were
I-
the England bowlers had no idea what they were talking about. But we'll come
Well,
to
that
that.
was shocking.
talking
We'll
about
come to that, yes.
Well, you're right. You're shocking
Yeah.
the way they destroyed England.
Yeah.
You
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I mean,
they-
just a few weeks ago, England played New Zealand
Yeah,
and beat them quite
them
easily in
badly.
England a few weeks ago.
But if the way it was done,
Yeah.
But Conway now is a world-class batsman.
Yeah, Conway, yes.
In all formats.
But the young fella is only 23, Ravindra.
Well, he's of Indian descent.
Indian guy, yes. This guy pummeled the attack, man.
But I
Brilliant
thought-
stroke. And not slugging,
No slugging at
proper
all.
strokes,
Cricketing
Great,
strokes.
man. Yeah.
Cricketing
But
strokes.
like a different wicket, boy. The
Almost
wicket.
batting them, man.
He looked, well, in fact, Mike Atherton said he looked like Brian Lara today.
Well, that was something else. 273 partnership, and they won by 9 wickets, New Zealand. Yes, we have another caller. Go on.
Ozzy, you don't
Of
think
course,
the
we have to
wicket
look at the
in India?
Dominica's demise.
Oh, yeah,
too,
we must. When we
Look
come
at
back after the
Dominica.
break.
Yes.
Yeah, we must.
Dominica's demise in
We have a
cricket.
caller?
Winner
Yeah,
Islands
we have a
cricket.
caller now.
Yes, Lou, we are here, you.
Yeah, I said the wicket played a major role playing in India. Last week
Yes.
you all said expect runs.
Yeah. Well, India will give you some good wickets too, a variety of wickets. Some of them can be very slow. Some can, I haven't seen many doing for seam trying to, But for
Somebody's on the line, Ozzy.
yes, hello,
Hello.
hello. This is gone. Yeah, I think they're going to prepare good pitches. But it's a big ground. I mean, the bad.
100,000 people, Ozzy. That's
That's
why they play in the final.
Yeah, where's the crowd? Like, I couldn't see the crowd at
Well,
the beginning.
when there were 40,000 people there,
Yeah.
but the ground is so big.
Look like 10 people.
Yeah. In fact, it's like Eden Gardens.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that ground has replaced Eden Gardens in India.
Meet the
Because
bad.
100,000. And that's where the Prime Minister is from,
Yeah.
Narendra Modi. The Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi.
Well, boy, that was a performance by
The
Ravindra
pummeling, I tell you.
and Conway, man. Conway, brilliant 152. We'll get back to that later. Yes, we have a caller, yes.
Ozzy,
Sir.
greetings. Man,
Yeah?
the incense man.
Was
He
that?
said the incense man, probably.
Oh, the incense man. Yeah, what happened, incense man?
Man, I give him thanks and praise. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to hear you, incense man. Good. I haven't seen you for some time. Good to see you around. Are you hale and hearty? You're healthy?
Give thanks and praise.
Okay, doctor. Good to hear that, man.
Give
Good.
thanks and praise, Ozzy.
The incense man. Nice for
Yeah.
calling, man.
Ozzy, I enjoyed the big program you had last week, there, man. They were nice.
We had a big program last week, yes.
With a great man. A man that me know, so Ozzy.
We had the big man with us, you know, the big man, Viv Richards.
Trust me, yeah, man. That was very nice, Ozzy. That was very nice of you.
Yes, thanks.
You enjoyed the game this morning, huh?
Yeah.
Ozzy.
Yeah, yes, this morning, yeah, I enjoyed it. The batting from the New Zealanders, yes.
Okay, well, give thanks and praise.
Great partnership, unbelievable partnership.
Give thanks and praise.
Yeah, indeed, man, yes.
Ozzy, big up, teacher Luther for me and Whitnell, Ozzy, your brethren Whitnell.
Whitnell, yes.
Well, he's hearing you.
We're hearing you. In fact,
Ozzy,
I have my list to go through.
I'm with Whitnell in the week, you know, in the
Oh,
city.
you're with Whitnell during the week. That's good, man.
And Ozzy, if you see the boy, you won't believe Ozzy. The boy look at the 35.
He's 90 years old now, right, Whitnell?
Just
91.
He's looking good, Ozzy. Give thanks to him.
Yes. So you're working with Whitnell during the week?
Yes, man.
Oh, that's good, incense man. Good, man.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Ozzy, if you see the boy have on a short pant and a shirt and the shirt and button straight.
You serious? Yes. Well, he's hearing us. He's hearing us. Yeah.
But
Okay,
the boy
incense.
looking good and give thanks to him.
Yeah, give
And
thanks.
good to hear, Ozzy. Take good care of yourself. Jolly, one love.
Okay.
Yeah, man, thank you. Okay, incense man, right.
In fact, only Viv and I spoke over the weekend, so he was asking me how I tell him a lot of people, in fact, even Sheridan Gregor himself told me he was stunned just listening to Viv, how he was so articulated. I told Viv everything when a lot of people
Yeah,
were
I think it was a masterpiece.
I told him he surprised me. He surprised me. In fact, what he spoke of, in fact, Sheridan told me the line he liked the most was when he said that you can't tiptoe in your own house. Viv Richards used that to describe that when he walked out to bat, that he was in charge. So the ground belonged to him. So that's why he
So
said.
is he in India right now?
No, he'll be going there for the last quarter of the World Cup.
We must get Andy Roberts, man.
I will get him.
Get Andy sometime.
I will get Andy. We'll have Andy probably next week. We probably have Andy
Right,
Roberts.
okay, can look forward to Andy Roberts.
I'll probably have him next week.
Yes,
we
caller.
have a caller.
Hey, Sibo, good night. Ozzy, good night.
Hey, good night.
Evening.
Yeah, you know New Zealand win by 9 overs to spare.
Yes,
Oh,
and it
yes, about 10 overs or more.
and helped their net
Yeah,
run
man.
rate.
Oh, yeah.
I was very pleased how they beat England, man.
Well,
England
that was
guys
a
first.
resounding defeat, boy.
That was like a massacre.
With lots of
Yeah,
overs to spare. The
Okay,
net rate would have
good
gone
night.
right up.
good night.
Yeah, we're going to detail that later
No,
on,
but
man.
you watch the England bowling today. They must be concerned, you know. I watched them today. If wickets are not doing much where they can get the ball to swing or the ball to spin, they will struggle.
But
you
they
know.
have Rashid, the leg spinner.
That's what I'm saying. If the
Yeah.
wickets are as good as what we saw today,
Yeah.
England could struggle. I mean,
Well, they were hammered, you know.
I mean, it was like a
Wood
massacre.
went
I
for
tell you.
11 runs per over, you know, 5 overs
For
for
about 50-something
55
runs,
runs, 11 runs and
All
over.
the bowlers were put to the sword. All of
Everybody.
them. And the guys were playing with ease.
And
They were
proper
not
shots,
frightened.
no
They
slugging.
decided they were going to attack him. Maybe it was a plan they had. We're going to attack England today.
Aye.
We're going to shock them.
That was
and it
something
was some- But you know,
special.
Ozzy, before we take the break, in fact, when I was watching today, I said to myself, can you imagine that? West Indies are not in this World Cup.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, you know, the official like Tisha Shallow now, under their reign in the last 4 years, West Indies in 2 years now we have failed to qualify for 2 World Cup. 2019 when they took over, it was a disaster in the World Cup. And you hear these guys even talking like the
Yes.
And under their reign, our cricket has gone
a bigger decline. Yes.
huge decline.
Huge decline.
I mean, listen, in other countries, guys, you have to resign.
World tournaments.
2 global tournaments.
Yeah, global.
West Indies, last year the T20,
Yeah.
the 50 over, West Indies are not in it,
You're not even making the 10, man. My
Bangladesh is in the World Cup.
Yes.
Afghanistan is in the World Cup.
Holland.
Is in the-
a
Scotland.
Dutch country.
And we are
But-
not there.
Yeah.
Sebastian,
It's shocking.
Sebastian,
Yes.
I didn't have to wait for the World Cup to know where we are. We have been in the abyss for a very long time. The crew have been declining for years. We shouldn't have to
This
wait
time
for the
it
World
will
Cup
be
to
below the
know
abyss,
that,
eh?
where we at.
Yeah.
Things have been bad with us for West Indies for a very, very long time.
Yeah. And, and we can take a
We have
break.
to take a break and do
When
we
we come
come
back,
to the
we look at
Dominican.
our fans.
Oh, you do that? Okay. Whatever.
After we take our first break.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into, because we're going to lads play cricket.
Yeah, well, we have to talk about the Dominicans.
Yeah.
Demise again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll take the sports fans after the break. So, just for a little break. Right.
You, yes, you. We know you've been working hard and things are tight, but you know what they say about all work and no play. Well, AC Shillingford and Company Limited wants you to free up for the World Creole Music Festival. You know the drill. Spend $50 or more and drop your receipt with your name and number in the box provided at any ACS branch, and you can win shopping vouchers fortnightly. On 26 October, in the grand draw, 6 lucky winners will win a season ticket each to the World Creole Music Festival. Remember, shop at ACS and enjoy your SeaWorld.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Hello, you. Yes, you. We know you've been working hard and things are tight, but you know what they say about all work and no play. Well, AC Shillingford and Company Limited wants you to free up for the World Creole Music Festival. You know the drill. Spend $50 or more and drop your receipt with your name and number in the box provided at any ACS branch, and you can win shopping vouchers fortnightly. On 26 October, in the grand draw, 6 lucky winners will win a season ticket each to the World Creole Music Festival. Remember, shop at ACS and enjoy your SeaWorld.
Yes, welcome back to Sports Wrap. And what we're going to do now is to have a look at our sports fan club. And we haven't been doing it for some time, so let's try to get off here this evening. Let me say hello to Clem Fingal, my good friend Clem Fingal. How are you doing? Dr. Thompson Fontaine, B.A., and the brother Randy Charles, Mr. Kent Abraham. I haven't seen you for some time. How are you doing? And the Cecilia Duran, Cecilia Matthew, and Cecilia Coppel, Elsa of Vicars, Herminus Emmanuel, and Za Emmanuel. Let me say hello, to, of course, to the Cine Emmanuel, Kennedy Emmanuel. Kennedy Emmanuel, I haven't seen him for some time.
Me too.
Older brother.
The juice man, you mean?
The juice man.
Yeah, I'm seen Kennedy.
I wanted to tease him that he used to sort of jerk it a bit when he bowls, you know. Kennedy, he's a good friend.
Well, a couple of his kids are related to me, you know, the boys, because remember, Emmanuel, your mother and I were first cousins.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ken Juiceman, famous Ken Juice. So Za, all the best to you. I've been hearing you back in full form again. Let us see Elika out there in New York in the Big Apple, and Kansas and Salisbury. Blessings, the man called, that's our local Plato. Right there in Layu, St. Joseph.
Layu lives, I think.
Layu, blessings, Socrates of Dominica. Harper Edwards and Clinton and Twine, guys from Fockley area, were avid listeners. And Dr. Emmanuel Finn and Louis Robinson overseas. Bolin Peter Berkey, who is also a nonagenarian. He's now 90, I think. Bolin Peter, great guy. Good evening to you, Bolin, and I wish you all the best. Of course, the erudite Dr. Justice Irvin Andre Sibo. This is a great man making such great contributions.
Well, we missed it 2 weeks ago. It was his birthday, and after I realized they were calling to say his birthday. To wish me, one we were 2 Thursdays ago.
Belatedly.
Yeah, we missed it.
Very belatedly.
They were texting me to mention it, but after I realized they were doing that.
This guy is just very, very brilliant. Irvin Andre, very humble guy and full of talent. Now we'll see people like Elizabeth Peter, or tennis fan, especially among other things, Dr. Vivian Moyes, Dr. Hendricks Paul.
Also, look, Zeiss saying that Ken has been in the hospital for the last 8 weeks.
Ken has been, you see that?
Yeah, that's what Zeiss said.
Well, I had to go around the area, you know.
Zeiss said 8 weeks now in the hospital.
Ken is in the hospital.
8 weeks now, that's what Zeiss said.
Famous Ken Juiceman.
Yeah.
Left fast bowler, although he had a suspect action, but we'll excuse him for that, you know. I do know Ken was sick, and I wish him all the best, you know, and I wish him a speedy recovery.
Whoa.
Ken.
8 weeks, that's a long time to be in that hospital.
Yeah, it's a long time, very long time.
Thank goodness.
But Ken, I wish you all the best and a speedy recovery. Zah, thanks for informing us about that. We have Bogoroy is around, of course, still. Teresa and Dennis Polidor of Canada. Blue and her husband from Bathurst State. Rambo. Ninja Henderson, Claudian Padkist, Felix Leslie, good evening to you, and Billy Amor out there in Hodges, Andy Carter, Roy James, Macmillan's boys at Fockley, Dr. Dave Lloyd now in Canada. Dave Lloyd, I hope you're settling down there. It's about 3 weeks, I think, since he's gone to Canada, and wish him all the best. A good friend, neighbor, great guy, and he's from Caldyho, Docket.
Yeah, his father.
He's gone to Canada.
To leave now.
Yes. Well, Vanya Shillingford and Leslie and Vanya, the husband again, is what Shillingford is he again?
Johnny
Shillingford,
my boy.
making some sterling contributions, man, when he calls.
He's always having corporate relaxation.
Johnny's a great guy. A lady called Leslie Massicott. Spy King, guy who works on the trucks at Newton. ASP Wicks, the great Wicks. I'm seeing it for some time.
Every day he's running. Now he's running.
Now he's running, yes.
Every day.
So Wicks, wish you all the best. Guy Calvin Esprit, the senator from a Calypsonian, a great guy as well. And Thomas Louis, the son of the great Whitnell Louis, who's turned in 1991, you said, Lockett?
Yeah, 91, man.
Well, everybody says he's going very strong.
He look good. I mean, the man drives to syndicate. He's on his farm. He's
moves like
work.
A guy in the 60s.
Well, he had to relocate after the hurricane. He lost everything in Gulby Street.
They said that the young wife is keeping him young, you know. So it is said. And people say, that's true. I get confirmation. So the young wife is keeping him young. Maybe somebody might call and attest to that. Who knows? The man to call and say why he look so fit.
Oh my goodness.
Then you have Bradley Joseph, Bradley Roye, Julius Corbett. I think I heard him on the air sometime, but it was yesterday or something. Yeah.
What was he preaching, Ozzy?
No, he joined
the
chorus of criticism about the
Well, he texted me to ask me if I'm safe on Tuesday. He texted me to ask me if I was safe. I told you I'm good.
I think he chimed in this talk about calling this young lady that name.
Oh,
you know?
this derogatory,
derogatory
word,
name. So I
and
think,
you still have hypocrites talking about they wouldn't resign, they would not, and all sorts of nonsense.
a man is giving an apology says, if I were not here, I would have much stronger language. Bam, full stop.
But is the way he says the apology?
If you were not in this forum, you would have used a much stronger language. So you know you're coming out with stronger language. It's strong as you'd like to, but for the fact that you know you're in Parliament, I mean, that one line alone. What do you mean these people are foolish and stupid?
These guys, they do that because
I'm talking about context. What context?
They feel they're in charge of Dominica.
No, what they believe they're intellectuals, those damn intellectuals.
And they believe people are fools.
But they believe they're intellectuals. Look at he's talking pure balloon. I got very vexed, you know. You know, that is really, I mean.
They think they control Dominica. They're in charge.
If I were not here, I would have said that. You know, but erroneously, if you interpret that, I would say, if you erroneously understood that, he wasn't really apologizing. You know, that was nonsense. And Prime Minister come talking even worse again, giving a litany of things you hear on the streets of my boy, whatever, you know, around the streets, coming using that to defend, saying he hasn't reached the threshold. What's the threshold? What's the threshold of dignity? Look at these things that are really
that's why I tell you, the people that call themselves a journalist are with the time.
Yeah, man.
They're with the time.
And when he's speaking, he goes wrong about. Stop him, then say, look, please address my point. You're going off point. Don't let the man just keep talking, man. I asked you the question. I want you to answer. You don't answer how you want. You see what I mean? That's ridiculous. Look at these things irk me.
I can imagine, Ozzy.
Anyhow, let me go ahead. Yeah. Peter Pross, good evening to you. Tyson Johnson, all the best to you.
And this lady I told you last week, I forgot her name. Do you remember her name?
Anthony.
I can't remember, but she
Gordon, Mrs. Gordon. Pamela Gordon.
Right, that's the name.
Pamela Gordon,
she actually stopped. She came to me and she said, Sebastian, I said, what's up? Every first I listen to you all you and she called me and he just stopped. So I told her, I'll tell you.
Pamela Gordon.
Right, that's the name.
Used to work at the
so she heard you now. I'm sure she heard you.
So Pamela, I'm sure you're listening tonight. Good evening to you. I hope you're doing well. Okay. And people like Glenn Ducre, Ozzy Walsh, Gustav Williams.
Maybe he's not here. Maybe he might have migrated. I don't know.
Yes. There's Shirley Mills. There's Gilbert Williams. I've been Gilbert for some time.
Me too.
I hope he's doing well.
The last time I saw him, I know he had some eye surgery. He told me he had some eye surgery. We haven't called him. He doesn't drive down too much.
Of course, Havis Schillingfeld. He spoke about him.
And one day on Friday, I spent some time with him.
So I went
up to the home and we had a stop. I spent some time. Yeah. In fact, he was saying to me, Ozzy, Rondell Adams, as you know, is in hospital now. He's been there for a while.
Yeah, Adams, the fast
bowler.
Yes.
In fact, he's been there almost a whole month.
Hit the ball hard.
Hit the ball in the river.
Adams,
and in
powerful
merry-go-round.
Yes,
but he's been hospitalized for the past month. I spoke to him before I came here this afternoon. And he was just telling me, somebody like that, probably we could get an interview and play. I called him before I came here. Yeah, he's been there over a month.
We were supposed to have got him some time, but he didn't quite come off that time.
Rondell Adams,
Yes.
Between Adams and Dadai, who hit the ball first? Who could hit that ball?
Dadai,
but Dadai couldn't hit Adams. Crazy.
No, man.
Dadai nowhere close to Adams.
Nowhere close.
That's a big hitting all around.
Adams, no boy. Adams doesn't have
That was a hell of a hitter, you know.
Yeah, but not like Rondell Adams. No way.
I didn't know. I had one that as a great hitter.
No, Dadai was more elegant.
Yes,
more elegant batsman, Lobby.
Anyhow, let me just go through my list quickly. Ted Daly, my great friend Ted Daly and Heffy. Good evening to you all out there. I'm sure you all are listening. Of course.
Peter Karam is just saying he saw Gustav Williams this week.
Okay. Wayne Noddy, good evening to you, Wayne. I haven't seen or heard of you for some time.
Well, yesterday he and I had a conversation.
Yes.
And he said every Thursday he listens.
He listens all the time.
Yeah. Wayne and I had a conversation. Yes. We're talking about other things.
And a guy called JB, I know he's Lawrence JB. Was he a policeman before? I don't know. He and his wife, these people listen from 4 o'clock, they're hooked to the radio already. We said Doddle starts from 4:30.
And the lady in Salisbury, Miss T.
Well, this guy gets from 4.
Yeah, he's getting ready. He gets ready.
Man, it's very so nice and reassuring to hear it from the fans, you know.
Oh yeah.
So people like the former breadnut man is changing into the milkman.
Yeah, we don't hear him too often.
Yes. And let me see one or two others I should go. Bennett Austri, of course. Loftus Duran, my good friend Loftus Duran. Good evening to you, Bennett Austri, and Sister Roach, and Ellen Courts and Val. John L. Charles, that's not John Charles, the former pharmacist and so on. That's John Charles, who was a former bodybuilder. He took part in IFBB competitions in Switzerland. So, John Charles, to you. I think he also played football for the island team. Then there's Dr. Warren Sanford. Let's see, Albert Gabriel. Randall Thomas, the man from Lacusette Lang. Good evening to you. Jerome John Lewis, the fisherman, Brian Hoggy, let us see again, Mr. Suki Winston, the ice pop lady, and of course the incense man who called earlier, my good friend the incense man, and a host of others. And as I said, too numerous to mention, all the others. But I wish all my sports fans, all the sports fans, a happy evening. Yeah, I'll stop for now.
First, let me say, Pat and Gerald Corbett in Portsmouth. Good night, bro. And Blotters, how you doing? And Hilary Joseph in Portsmouth. And we can't forget people like Tyson and Jublant. I know Tyson always listens. Biosh, I mean people like Herbert Sabroch always listens. Ozzy.
He always listens.
Yeah. People in Corley Hall. I mean, going through some tough times now, but I mean, Jerome and Eddie and Kenrick, everybody, Robes, I mean, Frances, I hope you people are right, because I mean, people have stayed together. The people in Coolby Street, I always feel for you. Rufus, I know you guys are listening. Your partner, Beckett's Orrington's son, he tells me you all always listen. So I mean, that's a thing that can to help keep you on. People in Salisbury all now, they have no water, because in fact, I was hearing that because of the heavy rain, the road has been compromised. So it might be a problem for them to get water, even to get to their farm, the people, and all this. And again, they don't pay attention to these people down there. Arthur in the Savannah, good night, Raglan Roberts, Alvin up in Monrochet, good night. Yeah, and that's the problem with these people. I want to stay to Steve. Anybody looking for melons, go to Steve back close to the Social Security, the blue van. He has the best melon. Yeah, and also you must try it. He always brings me a melon or two.
Very sweet.
Very sweet.
Very sweet.
You're looking for melons? Go to Steve next to Social Security.
Redskin fella.
A Redskin guy, Steve.
Yep.
You're looking for the best melon. And I want to say good night to Marley Reed, going through some health challenges now. You and Heather. And Marley, you need to get out of the house, man. You need to stay strong. You can't keep staying in the house. You need to get out. And Mr. Met, good night. Good night. And Dawn seems, Alobi, we can't forget Dawn. Dawn herself has her challenges.
Oh, yes, indeed.
She has her challenges. We cannot forget her. So, Dawn, good night. Dordal and Lobby, your boy. The juice man, JB.
JB.
Good night. JB. Even Kuru, I don't see much.
Kuru, I don't see Kuru at all.
Yes. Huh? Oh, Kuru has his birthday. Okay, all right. And the people in Valley and Tracy and
Lambie's birthday is also off, you know.
Oh, Lambie.
And his anniversary, I think. Okay. Well. His anniversary is on the 18th. So very
we don't know his age. He's still looking very young. In fact, I think Imran Khan, his birthday is probably today as well. The former
great Imran Khan.
Yeah, nobody knows where he's now, if he's in jail or what.
Poor guy, great guy.
Zach, good night, my brother. Good night.
Yeah.
Up in the valley, Jofa.
We must call Mr. Blanchard of CCM, you know.
Yeah. Every Friday night.
Every Friday evening, like tomorrow evening, they're back on. And
Bolt, did you call Bolt?
Yes, Bolt.
The people overseas, Jerry and Jennifer and Vivian Rennie up in Boston. I know he's coming down next week. He lost his brother,
for the
funeral. Vivian, good night. He'll be down soon because I think the funeral will be the next.
You have no paper in front of you.
No papers. Yeah, that's off my head. In fact, I said to you, I can't remember. I'll say, well, boy, look, my time coming up. Look like.
If I want to mention Swinging Janice, man, great Janice.
I'll say Basil is coming close. I can't remember the things there. So, Paben up in Florida. Good night. I missed your call today. Good night. Waddix, we can't forget you up in the valley. And Vince Nelwyn up in the States, he's been there for your neighbor, Ozzy, he's been in the States for a little while.
Yeah.
He'll be home soon.
Yeah.
So my brother Smith in Jersey, and good night to everybody else. Zaidi up in New York, Zaidi. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Yeah, we really have a legion of fans.
Well, too many fans.
A
Also.
legion of fans.
There are far too many. Sometimes you can call everybody. So sometimes
Yeah.
better not even call
Yeah,
anybody
we're growing soon, man.
because you'll forget a lot of people.
Mr. Lobby.
Lobby?
Yes, Sebastian. I just want to say, hello to my fans in DA. But I want to say especially hello to the coaches, the track coaches who are working as usual under arduous conditions, keeping the sport of track and field alive. I'm hoping one day there will be a track. And also in Roseau, I'm hoping one day that I'm able to see a football team, a netball team, a basketball team, a cricket team, again being formed, volleyball team being formed in Roseau one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah,
Right.
well, we have to talk about Dominica's thing.
Dominica's-
First thing I want to say, Ozzy, I called the manager of the team.
Dominica
today.
has a cricket
Yeah,
team.
yeah. I called
Yeah.
Pelham John Baptiste, who was the manager of the team. I told him we would like to have him to come in studio on the phone. He said to me, Sibo, let me get clearance from the associate. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. I haven't heard him at all since that time.
Yeah.
Because that's the other problem. People go with team overseas and then you cannot
You're
get
afraid
in.
then.
They don't come. Nobody
Yeah,
can know
they
what's
go
happening.
sort of unannounced. They come back almost incognito.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
know what happened,
Also, Dominica, between last year and this year, Dominica played 8 matches.
Lost
7.
Lost 7.
7
They won
out of
the last
the
match.
last one there.
Yeah.
Then I heard last year, we heard about, I'm proud of the guy. How could you lose every match and be proud?
Yeah.
Then this year, I'm hearing the coach saying, well,
Phoenix Thomas.
Yeah, we have to be patient. Now, hear this, on that team has 4 guys over 30. They're probably about 6 guys past 25. And you're talking about patience. These are not 19, probably 1 guy, Pascal alone. That's everybody. Carven is in his 30s. Tyrone Theophile, Vincent Lewis.
Yeah, the very
all the-
mature fellas played
Gian
for
Benjamin's
years.
about 28. So
Yes.
you're looking, and it's a joke. And the association too should come in for some blows, A lot of people called me and asked me, why was Afanas not playing?
Why wasn't he playing? That's a good question.
Right. A lot of people ask me that. Now, the association, and I told that to Liam, who's my own second vice president, the president or them too, they must take the blow. They should come out and make a statement. Let people know, well, Afanas, because what I understand from Liam is nursing the finger that got broken. He was still nursing it. So he wanted to get it fit. So I said to him, but he's going to send me this week. In fact, he played cricket yesterday. But the association, and I just find in this association too much dead weight. Too many people go in association now just to be there, Ozzy, and they cannot make any contribution. And all this T10 nonsense is a direct result of what we're seeing now.
Obviously.
Where a team 7, 8 matches, you have only won 1 game.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what do we do about that? I mean, it is poor.
To me, the whole tournament either is diluted, is watered down to nothing. In our days, Sibo, my days and certainly your days as well, a cricket match was at least 3 days, and you had to win the 2 sides playing. You played about 2 or 3 matches, then you had a final, and then you even had a losers match, a lot of cricket. But the point I want to make is you played 3-day cricket, not 50 overs a side cricket, so you could play proper cricket.
But even before that, to make the Dominica team, you probably have to play 2 trial matches,
Right.
which were intense cricket. With the
And
matches,
Ireland against the
the
rest.
rest.
Yes.
And not only that, it's the hype that was this brother.
Yeah.
You saw the crowd at trial.
Yes.
Even when I played as a 15-year-old boy.
Trial was a
on trial.
big thing in my
In
day.
Ozzy as a 15-year-old boy playing trials against Grayson and them. And I get in there and I couldn't see the atmosphere was something else.
And you felt you were really doing something great for your country. Yes.
And people, and not only the radio, the hype before you go to play, the crowds. Even before I played, going to grammar school, watching Dominica play in the gardens, the kind of crowd.
I made this school, the team, Dominica team at 17, and to me that was a great achievement.
And Sebastian
at
Ozzy.
school to make the national team. You again,
Gentlemen.
at 15,
Yeah,
record-breaking,
yeah.
at 15 years, playing for your country.
And it's a competition also, not like now with it easy.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
kind of-
exactly, competition.
Lobby, you're saying something?
Yes. Just to concur with you, Sebastian. Also, guys pick their teams, during the trial matches,
Oh, yeah, guys used to pick their team. Even you go to the papers and pick their teams, man.
I mean, you had people like Jeff Charles,
Yeah.
Star Stratus committee, people, and they had discussion before, who you think will make
Philip
the team.
Allen with the right articles, Thomas Baptist,
And also, Sebastian,
Uh-huh.
Sebastian, do not forget, you mustn't forget one thing, why we are where we are, and also West Indies, your league. Once your league will tell you if you have a strong national team. Your league was very poor. The league is poor.
Now, nowadays, we had first division matches, 2-day
you hear me?
matches, 2 days for first division match.
Can you hear me
And
now?
there were second division matches.
That's all, Lobby. I wasn't hearing you. I was hearing you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, Sebastian, the league in your time you would pick your Dominica team from the league already. You'll have your core of players already based on the league, the result on the league, performances from players. You knew exactly. This core, the Dominica team had a core of players. These guys performed regularly. They performed regularly. It's like West Indies. As Steve
in
said,
those early days, you had the regular guys from the school making
Right,
the national team,
Well, grammar school was a
grammar
big
school,
team.
2-3 guys from the grammar school
yes.
going to the team,
Yeah.
So some-
And not only even at school, also the kind of cricket you played.
Of course.
I mean, house cricket and everything.
house cricket,
was
of
a
course.
competition. There was a
even
competition.
house cricket.
House cricket was a big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
There
then
was a
Sebastian, do
competition.
not forget, also, you had your own ground.
Well, all that too. But what I'm saying, overall, all teams, clubs, before my time, like your club, Blackburn and Spartan, and all
Condomia.
these teams,
Yeah.
people
Oh,
would
law
practice,
clubs, oh yes.
and
oh,
people
yes.
were practicing. And in fact, right now, in Dominica, all that too, they say they have a 2-day competition. The match starts at 1 o'clock on Saturday. 1 o'clock on Saturday, what days was
And
10
some
o'clock.
guys declaring
Declared on a Saturday for 100 runs.
declaring for
A
6
team
and
declared for 100 runs in a league match.
declaring on the first day.
Man, Nobody Cricket Association need to examine
Oh,
themselves.
joke.
There's a lot of work. I'm not saying they can't have their T10 if that's how they raise their revenue.
That T10 is doing.
But they have to do
It's
better
a
than
way-
that.
Yeah, look at that.
They have to do better than
Affecting
that.
cricket badly.
Gentlemen.
Cricket not going anywhere.
Sebastian, I look, I have condemned that team, that T10 also, when there was sponsorship for T10 is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a mess, man. And when you hear what every time, that was unheard of, a Dominica team losing like that's unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, a team, Dominica team, can 8 matches. You only win 1.
But these win-was matches were big matches.
Big matches.
My time
What-
and your time.
Se-
not what.
Ozzy,
Also,
in
Sebastian,
fact, when they had a match, Ozzy, everything would cease, everybody would be in the gardens.
but-
Everything stops in Orongroso.
But in my
when
time, we
Dominica
had something
played.
called tournament,
Yeah.
coming. Tournament. Every 4 years, all the teams assemble at the gardens, and people waiting for the tournament. They build bars and stands and so on. Like thousands in the gardens. It was something.
And
else,
you have
know.
people like Tom Webb and
Oh,
Owen.
my
These guys
God.
would come down with their
Yeah.
lunch and everything. They would sit in that area in the gardens up there.
That was something else,
Elysee,
man.
people
Yeah.
like that.
John
Sebastian,
Tato.
I have a
They call it
question
John
for you.
Tato.
Sebastian, I
Yeah.
have a question for you.
Yeah, go on.
Yes, the question is this, and Ozzy can listen. When we had no academy, we produced cricket, especially fast, we had potential fast bowlers. Presently, the coach of the Dominica team, his forte was fast bowling. I would like to know who has he produced.
Well, boy, you see, how to say it, Lobby? In our days, Ozzy, people had natural talent. So sometimes you probably would get away without much coaching. Nowadays, it's different. So
Of
maybe
course.
you need, but I feel the best coaches should be down there.
Yep.
Under 10, under 15.
Yep.
When you're playing at West, I don't think you need coaches as such. You probably need people who can advise.
Direction, you need direction.
You need coaching at the lower
Lower
level.
level, yes.
The lower level.
Lower
That's
grades.
because you see, you get into West Indies team with bad ways and it's difficult to correct it.
Yeah.
You don't have time for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't have time.
No, but
So-
Sebastian, do not forget what you're saying there about India. Look at it differently. India, their top cricketers, especially batsmen, they assist even their top players. They look at the way they bat. They have in terms of breaking down their mistakes, calling and telling them what they have to do. That is what is needed. Some of the players, we have the so-called senior players, they have flaws and no one is correcting them. Nobody's correcting them or nobody wants to listen. I've made it already. I'm a national player. What can you tell
when
me?
the decline, there's a great decline
Of Dominica
in
cricket?
Dominica and Windward's cricket drop. When did it start?
Okay, you remember when
Because it was big cricket before.
big cricket, even when we split Windward Leeward.
Yes.
In fact, the first 2 years we should have won.
Yeah.
We lost because of we didn't go to Guyana. Rain, they said.
Windwards.
82 years.
Yeah.
But I mean,
In those days, when you made the Windward's team, man,
it was a big thing.
Big thing.
Big thing. Not only to make the Combined Islands team.
well, that was
you
a
have
big
the
thing.
hardest team to make.
Yeah.
Because you had to play, after you make the Windward, you had to play 2-4. Can you imagine? We're playing against Leeward Island with people like Viv, Jim Allen,
Jim
Andy
Allen.
Roberts, Alfred Corrett, Vance Emery, Livingston Sargent, Len Harris, who Viv mentioned.
Len Harris.
Then you have Windwards, myself, you have Irvin, you have Grayson,
all that pool
you
of
have
players.
Zaidi,
Yeah.
Marshall Francis, all these kind of people,
Vying
Rupert
for
Polius,
selection, yes.
George Alfred,
Yeah.
and it was a competition.
Yeah.
2 tough teams, and to make the level,
Combined Islands
the
team.
Combined Island, you had to be good
Yeah.
to make the Combined
Oh,
Island
yes.
team.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yes. Oh,
but Ozzy, it's not only cricket that is suffering in Dominica.
True.
You follow netball, we're not doing well. Football, we're not doing well.
Well, volleyball.
Volleyball, we're not doing. And I heard the junior minister was making a comment. I don't know if you heard him say about the association, the government willing to.
With Oscar George.
Yeah, didn't you hear him? But the government themselves in schools, they're not playing sports. After second form, there's hardly any sport. So they themselves have to take the blame.
Yeah.
That's what they must see about. Yes. So I just find overall our sports in Dominica is really so
Gone to a low level. Very poor.
very
Very
low
poor. Very
level.
poor.
Gentlemen,
Low level.
I want to come in there again, Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you mentioned football, Sebastian. We have no right. FIFA, the amount of money, the football, the FA gets close to $1 million+ from FIFA. 40% goes into the women program. The women program today, our teams, the women team have been decimated regularly in competition. I watched a game, Dominica versus Guyana. It's just ridiculous. Too many girls, they knew to me what was happening. All right?
But people just lobby mustn't go and us in competition just because they say you have a competition. If
I
people
know,
are
I
not
agree with
ready
you.
for it, they mustn't
Prepared,
take part. You're not
don't
prepared.
go, don't
You
go.
don't go until
Yeah.
you feel you're good enough. I just think sometimes people go and
Just
get embarrassed.
Yeah.
They get embarrassed.
But
We
that
have a
must
caller. Let's
happen.
take the caller. Hold on, lobby. We have a caller.
Yeah.
Good night. Hello.
Hi, good night, Ozzy. Good night, Tibo.
Hi.
good evening. Yes.
Ozzy, let's talk. We were talking about not getting help with the sports in school. I know one of the schools in Dominica that was known for its sporting prowess was the Goodwill Secondary School.
Mm.
We've had a big groundbreaking for the Goodwill Secondary School. When I went to Goodwill Secondary 92 to 97, there was a netball court in that Goodwill Secondary
Yep.
School. You know if they have any intentions of putting any sporting facilities in the new Goodwill Secondary School?
Well, I don't know.
Anybody seen the plan for that school yet? Ozzy?
Well, you know,
Let me ask
I
Dr.
am
Davis
glad
again.
this lady mentioned that.
To me, there's no mention of sports.
Ozzy, we heard a big thing about a groundbreaking for the school.
Yes.
What we want the authorities to do, they must build a state-of-the-art playing field there.
Yeah.
In addition, there's enough space
There's no
there.
mention of playing field.
There's enough space there to build a top school, and when you have the Pottersville side, and give the people a proper playing field so the students can play. That's a good point to make, lady.
Yeah.
You still there?
Yes, because Goodwill Secondary has always had a netball court in the yard. We had the
Netball.
basketball court in front of the church,
Mm-hmm.
and we've also had our savannah for athletics. I think it was in 1996 or 95. Goodwill School had every sporting trophy in the curriculum of the secondary school sport. We had every title except the athletics title that was won by the Grand Bay Secondary School. So I would like to know if the government has any intentions, because I have not seen the plans for this school. We know they like to put plans on internet and paper, but it's in that one cash page.
To me, I doubt they have
I've
any
never seen a plan
plans
for
for
it.
playing field or
The
courts.
opportunity again to come back to the prominence, the sporting prominence of that school. Give them the netball court in the school and give them a basketball court. That is what I want to see. If we're talking about state of the art, that is the state of the art I want to see in the Goodwill Secondary.
Very good point.
Thank you.
Always listen.
Right.
By way of Mount John, by way of Pennsylvania.
Okay, but she's making a very good point, What I'm saying, Ozzy, in no way, even in Barbados, they wouldn't build a school without a proper playing field.
For playing.
Because what you want is well-rounded students.
Yes.
You don't want people to just go cramming. You want well-rounded students. So what we're asking the authorities, please give these people a proper playing field at Goodwill when the secondary school is completed. Please. We have another caller.
We have another caller. Yes, caller?
Yes, Sibo. Young lady spoke about the sporting facilities in the school, on the school ground. See, by looking at the plan, I go to Parkland State up and down every day. And I always like to make my eyes boil my face. I looking at the design for the new grammar school that has been built there right about now. And the design you see on the board, and when your eyes go inside there, you wonder, but where that playing, there is what the facility is going to be. And they're telling you all what's going to be there. You can take a look at it as yourself and wonder, I don't know if they're going to break down the other all grammar school. There are grammar schools that are there for them to use there. Or if they're going to ask the Chinese to move from there so it could make put on proper sporting grounds there for the children. See what I just don't say. When last have you heard, since after Mr. Ron Green, have we ever had a good sports minister in Dominica, Sibo?
Well, we have one that's telling stories. Oscar George, he played cricket for Dominica. In fact, Ozzy,
George is a cricketer.
Yeah, he played for Dominica. When I used to go to Barbados, Sir Gary Sobers, he used to come out the manager. He was there on the team. When he sees me, we speak. He
played for the national team.
Yeah, Oscar played. Yeah.
Senior team.
Yeah. Oscar. He was a decent cricketer. Blue is still.
Oscar just playing cricket?
Yeah, he played for Dominica. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he played for them. Ball, medium, pace, and bat. Yeah. Thanks. But Ozzy, he made a comment about the light lobby.
Yeah.
Did you hear him?
Yes.
And Ozzy, hear this.
Yeah, the lights. He made a comment on the lights.
Okay, let's take this. We'll come back to that. Good night, caller.
Hello?
Yes. Sibo, let me ask you. Let me say good night to Lobby because it looks like you just coming late. But let me ask you, Sibo, are you an advisor for the president of the Cricket Association, which is Clemo? I know you're supposed to be close to Clemo.
No, I'm not his advisor. He's his own man. Go on.
But the Cricket Association doesn't engage you on nothing. You
We speak. He and I we speak on a regular basis, but even my own son, remember, second right, I try to let him do his own thing. You have to let people.
No, but I'm talking about officially. I ain't really talking about. I'm talking about you as a national player and have a lot of experience, know the game and everything. I thought they would have used. You see, but what happening in Dominica? We don't use the talent we have. They will quick to call an advisor, consultant from St. Lucia, consultant from St. Kitts, and all kind of consultant. But you have people in Dominica, they doesn't consult them at all. It's like we don't exist in Dominica. We don't appreciate our own because the amount of experience I thought the man would have been smart enough to engage you. Give a little idea, come up with a little.
Well, he's here in you.
Oh man! But Clemo should know better than that. Clemo, this is Bob Marley talking. That's not one of your big supporter, Clemo. Come on.
You could have a little engagement to see, but at this official advice, I'm not talking about printing on this side. I'm talking about officially to advise, come up with a program, come up with a plan, consult, discuss how we could move this thing and bring Dominica in a better position, man. Yeah. Anyway, I'm listening to you, but thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, going back to the lights, Ozzy.
The lights, yes.
He comes out with a statement, Lobby, and he says that the contractor, they're getting a new contractor.
Yes, he said so.
And the first contractor only completed 80% of the job. So he says the new contractor will finish the other 20%.
Yes.
But these people are lying, Ozzy. And people must ask questions. First of all, the new contractor, have you put out things to tender?
Exactly.
Have you put out to tender so people can apply?
Yeah.
Who are the contract? And Ozzy, my intelligence from doing my work tells me that they already selected somebody to do the job. And okay, let me not say anything for the time being. But what I am saying, there is a problem there with these lights. I've said it before. Even when the first contractor, you remember I said,
oh, yes.
I remember I said that is a, and I remember saying, I hope the job will be completed. You gave a man $2.4 million.
Yeah.
And now you're saying
nothing at all to
not
show.
a poll has been put up.
To show.
And then you hear Oscar. But you know what is even strange, Why is Oscar George, that was left like a lamb to be slaughtered? You go to a press conference. The question is, I say, check Oscar George. Poor Oscar George probably has to come and tell some bold-faced lies I feel sorry for him.
To look good.
To look, and this thing, people need to watch this thing. Yeah. This light thing, people need to watch it.
Like there's something.
Something is amiss there. Something is amiss.
So nothing to show for the 2.4 million.
Nothing there.
2.4 million.
Nothing. You're going with the fact there's no lights, no poles, nothing.
Yeah.
And then you hear, man, I've done 80%.
Yeah, new contract. You don't know,
new contract.
Maybe no tendering.
That's what I'm saying. No. Who is it? Have you put it out to tender? Have you opened thing and say, well, with nothing, you got like the first guy.
Yeah.
No tender. What is really going on in this place?
That is something
we want to see the lights. I obviously want to see the light. I want to see Inter World Cup cricket being played there. Of course we want that. But do it right, Nabot, please.
Yeah.
Do it properly. So people can know. No people are left at sea. They don't know what's happening. You don't hear comments and stories about you have Minister of poor young Oscar George comes out and makes a statement about 80% complete and the new contractor will complete the other 20%. Yes. No, so did the guy get his money?
The losses then. The loss of the first
Let's take this caller. Good night.
Yes, hello?
Yes, Moko.
And I don't know. What you about Spain and the football arena?
We didn't hear what you say. I also didn't hear.
No.
Moko, take your time. Say it again.
I see what you about in Spain with the referees, they went and sit in the homeland in Barcelona.
Oh, you mean if the lady?
Yeah.
When there's a court case going on, I know some people have given evidence. You mean if the Rubiales, the president?
Yeah.
The Kiss-Gate you're talking about?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I know there's a case that's going on. Some people have given evidence. You're talking about the famous in Spain. Kiss-Gate, you call it.
Yeah, but last week they went and did some referees who wanted to reach with some police. And they were accusing some Iron referees for either 16 matches, something like that.
Buku, you're a bit offended, though. We won't hear you. We won't hear you at all.
Yeah. Well, that happened last week. I listened on BBC.
Okay.
Yeah, because they went to some referee home in Springfield.
Oh, okay.
Looking for documents, but they didn't find any documents.
Well, in those places, you have a lot of corruption. Anyhow, you have referees playing the pool.
Kiss-Gate.
Yeah, Kiss-Gate, yeah. Rubiales.
Kiss had rocked the football world, man.
Thank you, Buku. It really rocked the football world.
Indeed. It shook the world.
But the worst part was when he held his crutch,
Yeah.
And he jumped in. When his pain comes, he holds his crutch and probably says,
what's his name again? Rubiales?
Rubiales.
Rubiales.
Yeah. And the girl name is I
can't remember the name now.
But Rubiales, that's the president.
Rubiales.
Who was forced to resign.
Yeah.
Pressured him.
Do we have another caller?
Yes, I
Hello?
think we do.
We lost that caller.
Yeah, but going back to local sports.
7:18. Yeah.
Good night. Hello?
Hello?
Caller gone? Hello? Hello?
Hey, good evening, Sibo. Good evening, Ozzy. Good evening, Lobby, and the rest of the crew. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, gentlemen, it was a pleasure having spoken to Vivi last week, man. It was very informative, especially when I posed the question to him about his swag, you know.
Yes.
I really want. Yeah, man. So, Ozzy, I think in the future, probably you may have to get old-time players like Sangakkara and Ricky Ponting and, you know, and all those great guys.
We'll
you know,
stay near home.
we'll
We'll try to get Andy Roberts or somebody around the Caribbean, you know.
Okay, all right. Yeah, man. Also, during my days growing up in Soufriere, Scotland, you know, I'm in the late 70s and 80s. I made the youth trials with people like, I think Sibo's brothers, Smith Sebastian, Emil Everts. They used to call him our coach, Joey Pierre.
No, our coach was different. Our coach was Walsh.
Yep. People like Ernest Drago, Leroy John Lewis, and all those guys. You know, we won trials, you know, in 70s, man. And Ozzy, you know, just listening to your names being read on DBS that you've made the trials, man. This was something to die for you.
That's
man.
right.
I mean,
quite correct.
everybody would congratulate you, man. Hey, I mean, you've made, and that's just trials, you know, man.
You're
telling
quite
you,
right.
man.
Yes.
This was this was something else, man. You know,
name
and,
on the trial team was a big thing.
Say that again?
I said just hearing your name on a trial team was a big thing.
Oh man, I'm telling you, those days, man, everybody would congratulate you.
Yeah.
I mean, people would come from all parts of the village to come down to your home and congratulate your parents, you know, and all that kind of stuff, man. I mean, this was, out of this world, man, you know? Yeah, man. So, but these days, man, Ozzy, I was in Dominica in July for the cricket match between West Indies and India, although that was almost like a waste of time, if you will. But still, it was a pleasure being at home. And I took a trip to my village of Scotland, you know, Soufriere. And I mean, Ozzy, you know, at one time, Brooklyn at Soufriere was the cricket mecca of Dominica. You know, I mean, all those big guys, Grayson and Irving.
Cool.
You know, I mean, you may have played there. Ozzy, is your wife from Soufriere, right?
Yes. Oh, yes, she is. Yes. Oh, yes.
I played cricket up there. You remember Hector, David Hector, and Mesh, you remember
David
Mesh?
Hector and the Andrew brothers,
Mesh,
and you know, and all those guys, you know. I mean, those days, man, you know, people used to make sure, you know how we used to play our cricket? We go to church on Sundays and everything else is put aside. We're heading to Brooklyn. And each team, you know, has their supporters, man. You know, I remember playing against and all those guys, Pablo Madesh and all those guys, you know. And this was a big celebration, you know, man. I mean, people making sure they do their homework,
lunch early, prepare lunch early.
breakfast, and everything. Everybody heads to Brooklyn, man. You know, but
village matches were big matches in those days. Big matches.
Yeah, man. Man. But but disappointingly, I went to Brooklyn the last time I was in DA, and Ozzy, man, this has become like a Jurassic Park.
Man. Yes, man.
You know, it's so disappointing, man. So disappointing, man. You know, I mean, we've been all over playing cricket in Dominica, man, but Brooklyn in Soufriere, man, this was the place to be, man. You know,
very sad.
And it is
very
so
sad.
shameful. I mean, Ozzy, do you have a sports minister in Dominica?
Well, the guy called Oscar George who is working in the sports ministry. You know. He's supposed to.
It's the same thing. I asked Matt some time ago whether there are lawyers in Dominica. He think I was just joking. I was just being sarcastic, you know. But all these things that are happening in Dominica and the Chamber of Commerce, the legal fraternity, they are all silent. You know. So that's why I asked Matt whether there are any lawyers in Dominica. You know. But anyway, fellas, I'm listening. Great program as usual. You know, and Sibo, when are you coming up to St. Thomas, man?
We'll talk about that off here.
All right, man. Thanks for calling, man. Keep in touch.
You know, Ozzy, as you mentioned about,
thank you.
About village cricket, I don't want to mention the same Adam doing the hospital now. I mean, growing up in Collio, I mean, after church mass on Sunday, everybody goes. The playing field was right in the center of the village.
That's where?
Close. It used to be close to the main bridge, the highway.
the side?
Yeah. And then Randall Adams, Adams, the big guy. And then when it sent to bat, he would go up on the hill. Nobody's seen him. And then when the wicket falls, and then you see this guy walking down the hill like Viv Richards.
Coming from the top of the hill.
Top of the hill. And he's a big guy.
Yeah.
And they would call him Ari. And he
Yeah,
walks
the swagger too.
Well, not like Vivian Richards, but you would see this big guy coming from the hill. And you have people going, Ari. And the sun was hot, probably 100 and something degrees, and he had a sweater over it, with a long sleeve.
Adams.
He's hospital now. Good night, Ari.
Yes.
I spoke to him before.
No, in those days, the village matches or inter-village matches were big matches.
Big man,
big
huge
match,
crowd.
huge
Everybody would be there after mass. Everybody would be watching. In fact, what would happen, like village guys would come down and they would come overnight,
Yeah.
They would come from Saturday. They would spend night at different players' homes, and used to be fun and good cricket. But now, in fact, in local cricket, guys practice when they play in the match. You don't see anybody practicing anywhere.
No, nobody practicing for a match. Yeah.
And it's just sad that our cricket is in that state. But we have to take a break.
Yeah, we have to take a break. It's 7:25 by the clock on the wall. We'll take a break. When we come back, we have to look at the World Cup. World Cup, yes. Take a break.
Hello, you. Yes, you. We know you've been working hard and things are tight. But you know what they say about all work and no play? Well, AC Shillingford and Company Limited wants you to free up for the World Creole Music Festival. You know the drill. Spend $50 or more and drop your receipt with your name and number in the box provided at any ACS branch. And you can win shopping vouchers fortnightly. On 26 October, in the grand draw, 6 lucky winners will win a season ticket each to the World Creole Music Festival. Remember, shop at ACS and enjoy your SeaWorld.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Yes, welcome back to Sports Wrap. It's now we on the home stretch, really just about beyond half an hour left in the program. And we have to now focus our attention on the World Cup.
Because only for the next 7 weeks will be cricket.
45 matches.
45. Next
7
weeks. Cricket
Everybody
non-stop.
plays everybody else.
Everybody
round robin.
Yeah, so it's 9, 10,
No
9
groups in initial.
no
Everybody
groups,
plays.
And then the top 4 play the semi-finals.
Semi-final,
So
right.
to win, you have to play 11 matches.
Yes. You have to play 11 matches. A lot of
That is
cricket.
plenty cricket.
So England has a long way to go still, I can tell you.
Mhm.
Well, just to look quickly at the history of the World Cup, just a minute or
But
two.
also, before you go, but you know what I find? Some teams that taking chances. It's true you can say you have a lot of matches.
Or the injuries.
Yeah, because people taking
Injured
chances,
people, yeah.
bringing injured people and hoping that they will play later.
Yeah.
By the time they can play, you're in trouble, you know.
Yeah,
You could
yeah.
be in serious
Could have
trouble.
lost their
You could have
vital
lost 3 or 4
matches.
matches
Yes.
and in danger of not qualifying.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like Australia.
Yeah.
You bring in a man,
Head
Travis Head.
in India.
He's in India.
Head is
But Head cannot play until
match number
till
4
like
or
4,
something.
5 or 6.
Yes.
And you're taking a chance
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It like Ken Williamson, New Zealand did well today, but Saudi's injured.
Saudi is
Williamson,
injured, yes.
People
Or
taking
Jamison too.
All that people are taking
Jamison,
chances.
yes,
They're
yes,
taking
yes,
chances
yes,
to do the things.
Yes.
Really
Yeah.
taking chances.
Well, as you know by now, the first World Cup was 1975, which the West Indies won for the record. And then the second one in 1979, West Indies won again. So the first 2 World Cups, 50 overs aside. In fact, there were 60 overs in the early days. The first 2 World Cups were 60 overs, and they were played in England. West Indies prevailed and won both times. The third World Cup was also in England in '83. India won very narrowly. They beat, I think it was Australia or West Indies rather. West Indies were in the finals in the third World Cup in '83. '87, Australia won for the first time. 1992, Pakistan won. And then let's go on. Let's see. And then you had Sri Lanka in '96. The great Sri Lanka team won in '96. In 1999, Australia won the second time. In 2003, Australia for the third time. In 2008, Australia won again. 2007 for the fourth time. In 2011, India won. So India won in 2011. And in 2015, Australia won for the 5th time. And let's see, the last time, of course, England won in 2019 in England. That famous last match where there was a tie and they had a super over. Still there was a tie, and the match had to be decided by how many boundaries were hit in the score. The scores were level, same scores. So to decide the winner, they had decided before. They would just look at how many boundaries were scored by the side. So the side scoring more boundaries in the total would have won. So that's how England won the last World Cup. So they're now called the defending champions. So England and New Zealand played today. The same 2 teams that played the final match in 2019 at Lord's. So the first match began today at 4 o'clock in Ahmedabad. And by now you must know that New Zealand trounced England by 9 wickets. And a resounding victory. England scored 282 for 9 of the 50 overs. And New Zealand scored 283 for 1. 283 for 1 in about 43 overs or thereabout, or maybe even less than that. It was a whopping victory for New Zealand. And up to now, people can hardly believe what they saw. And the partnership between, what's his name again? Devon Conway, who opened the batting, and Young scored a duck. And then Conway was joined by Ravindra. And they came together at 10 for 1, and they were not to be parted. They batted right till they scored 283 for the same one, with Devon Conway scoring 152 not out, and we had 123 not out by the 23-year-old debutant, whose name is Rachin Ravindra.
Rachin,
Rachin. I look at him well. Rachin Ravindra. He's 23 years. He looks like an Indian.
He's of Indian
extract.
descent,
And he's also a left-arm spinner.
Yeah.
He bowled a tidy left-arm spin. And he batted number 3. And the rest is history. He scored this brilliant 123 knockout. I can tell you, I guess many people were surprised at the brilliant stroke play from Rachin Ravindra. What you thought of this young man?
Quickly, I just come back to just a smaller side as we talk about brilliant stroke play. We must salute Haley Matthews for her. I don't know if you watch any of the.
Oh, I heard about it.
Brilliant. In fact, I watched her this morning. Scored 70 in Aussie Youth Search of Vivian Richards.
And she scored a century the match before.
She scored 17 about 40 balls, 100. In fact, a world record chase of 212. She scored 122. Then before, in fact,
you saw it live.
It was on at 4 o'clock this morning. It was on before the
World Cup. On Full Sports.
Yeah. No, it was on Sportsmax.
Sportsmax.
Yeah. Oh. But what I'm saying, this girl,
Haley Matthews,
last 7 games, she has won the player of the match in every single game. And a lot of runs. I mean, she's a superstar.
Yeah.
Haley Matthews.
Haley Matthews.
She won that match on her own.
Young Barbadian.
142 not out.
She's very young. She's about 24 years.
24, 25.
25.
Yeah, Haley.
She's also a great off spinner.
Brilliant fielder.
Holds very well. She bats superbly.
Class. I mean, as I say, she's a superstar in women's cricket.
Yeah, she is right there now. Yeah.
Yeah. As you talk about stroke play.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the World Cup.
Yeah.
As I say, it looked like New Zealand played the plan. They had a plan to decide.
And that's a team that was beaten just 3-4 weeks ago in 4 matches in England.
Well, they had a score to settle as well.
They beaten badly.
Remember 4 years ago, the World Cup final?
Yeah, the famous tie. England win because they scored more boundaries. That was ridiculous.
So New Zealand had a score to settle. And they did settle it today. I mean, and without some of their main players, they won without some of their lead. You didn't have, as I said, the captain
Williamson's
well, you know, in fact, while I was watching that today, so I said, now, here's Ravindra at number 3. That is with position Williamson bats. Now, these are 2 different players. Williamson will score 100, but he wouldn't do it like
accumulate.
So New Zealand has a little headache that when Williams obviously must come back.
Yeah.
He's the captain of the team and he's a great player. Yeah. So what do you do now? Where do you bat?
I think they have to open the batting.
They might as well do that.
Open the batting.
And leave out Young.
Yeah.
Because both of these guys play for the company in New Zealand. Wellington. Both he and Conway play in Wellington.
And Devon Conway is from South Africa. You know.
Yeah, he's a South African. So both of them play for Wellington. So they're close.
Yeah.
So the ideal figure would be to have them opening the batting.
Yeah.
Because Williamson must come in at number 3.
I think the Young will stand down and reach, and Ratchin will have to go open the batting. Ratchin, Ravindra.
So it's a good headache to have. It's a good headache to have.
Yes.
And Lobby, you were watching the cricket. Did you see it?
No, I missed it this morning. I missed it.
But can you get it where you are?
Yeah. Yes, I can get it.
You can get it.
Yeah, because what happened is, it's not steady. Sometimes it's well, as it's India, for example, you'll get commentaries, they'll show some highlights, they'll show you the game, then they'll stop. And it's not steady. But I will get the commentaries for sure.
Okay.
When I looked at the ground and the crowd, I'm seeing a lot of empty spaces, seats.
Because of the size of the ground.
And they're saying it's 20-something thousand. It looked like 15 people
in fact,
there.
At Lords, the program will be packed.
Yes.
In fact, I think Kensington Oval couldn't hold all these people.
Ahmedabad,
because it was
stadium.
100,000.
Yeah.
100,000.
Yeah. And the crowd grew more in the evening. Yes. But this other Ratchin Ravindra hasn't done much before to shock the world.
This guy is like something else. You watch a young guy like that,
23-year-old
inning like that.
Something else.
And he bowled consistent left arm.
What's that, Lobby?
You hope he'll be consistent. That's just game 1.
Right,
let's hope so.
Let's hope a flash in the pan.
Thank you very much.
He looks good, I can tell you. That guy looks good.
The man played proper cricket shots. And that hook of wood.
For 6, you didn't see that?
For 6, man.
And he never tried to keep it down, you know.
No.
He decided he wanted to hit for 6.
England's attack looked like nothing, boy.
I told you that
they tried
when you look at them.
They tried the Wooks. They tried
Arthur
Curran.
They tried
Moeen Ali.
Livingstone, everybody.
And also the leg spinner.
Livingstone, all of them. Liam Livingstone.
No, that Rashid.
Adil Rashid,
Adil Rashid, one of the main bowlers in the tournament.
These fellas look like they did. It was a pounding, you'd call that. A real pounding.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, man.
282, 83 for 1.
But again, it's the way they did it. They had 200 in about 20 something over there. It was like a T20 match they were playing.
But the fourth was just coming, boy. Fours
and 6s as well too.
Why it's just unbelievable.
But tomorrow is Pakistan and Netherlands, eh?
Pakistan and Netherlands.
And Sunday, Ozzy, 4:30, the big one.
Sunday, 4:30.
Indian, Australia, Sunday.
That's the big one, baby.
Big one.
Sunday at 4:30, 4 o'clock.
And on Saturday, you have two games, eh? Saturday at 1 o'clock in the morning, you have Afghanistan and Bangladesh. And then at 4:30, you have South Africa against Sri Lanka.
Yeah. But Sunday is one game.
One game because the whole world will be watching.
Whole world.
4:30,
Australia against India.
Against Australia.
Australia won the World Cup.
I would have reorganized that.
What?
I wouldn't have that game so early.
Which one?
Australia and
But
India.
they have to play at some point.
I agree with you, but
No,
let
but
it come and
again,
build up.
A Sunday is a good day for that to watch that. The ground will be filled on a Sunday.
Where are they playing?
It will be crazy in India.
Chennai. That was the place. You call it Madras in the old days.
Madras, yes.
Madras.
Yes.
That's the team Dhoni plays for in the IPL.
Yeah.
Chennai. So that's what they were playing.
Yeah.
Sebastian, it will be pandemonium in India on that Sunday.
Well,
Boy,
they
it
will
should
have
be-
a full house,
Yeah.
and the whole world will be watching. All Indians will be focused on that. And
Oh, yes.
Virat Kohli and Sharma, Shubman Gill. No, it will be a spectacle, really.
Yeah.
Because the Australians themselves look like they have some issues, eh? Australia do have issues.
I think so, I think
Yeah, they
so.
have issues. Australia have issues. I mean,
Well, let's say open the batting. Warner will open the batting with who?
well, look at Michel Marsh.
Michel Marsh is going to open.
Yeah.
Then Head can't play.
You
for
have
sure.
Smith and Labuschagne.
Yes, Smith
3,
and
4.
Labuschagne. Two batsmen who bat around the same style.
Yeah, this very slow.
Accumulators.
Maxwell hasn't scored runs for a
And
while.
Maxwell to me,
Look,
you can rely on.
Stonis might be fit. Stonis, he might have some issues
They
as
seem
well.
to have a preference for Green over Stonis.
Yes,
I don't believe in Green at all.
But if
for
the
Warner
captain,
cricket.
they say he could go for runs. Cummings, yeah.
Cummins.
They are worried about him. So Australia, as I said, taking a chance to go in. They leave out a bowler. What's his name? Ega. A left-arm spinner.
I think a guy is back home or so.
Yeah, they left because...
He had some child.
Well, in some injury,
Yeah,
some injury. So, but they're taking a chance with Travis Head, hoping he'll be okay.
Yeah. But this fellow is there. Zampa is playing. Eh?
Adam Zampa, he
Zampa.
plays as the mid spinner with
Yes,
Maxwell
yes.
to bowl some off spin.
Yes,
So Sunday's game, 4:30, India against Australia.
I would
a
pick
big one.
Stonis before Green for sure.
Yeah, well, he has some issues, some issues. So
Injury and so on.
yeah. So a lot of people in this World Cup have injuries.
Yeah, but that's serious,
A lot of
man.
people in-
I want to say something about the confab with Viv last week. Can I go ahead?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was very happy first of all when he spoke about Irvin. It was very touching.
Yeah, he was a very respectful of Irvin. Yes.
Yes.
But let me just, that's how Vivian Richards has lived his life. I was telling Ozzy off here. He's a guy, he will, if he has to tell you something, he won't let somebody tell it to you. He will tell you himself. That's how he has lived his life. The same way he batted, the same way he lived life. He's a straightforward guy. That's how he is.
And when I put the question to him in terms of the standard of cricket in the region when he played, I like what he said in terms we fight fire. I love to hear that.
Well, that's how the
Everybody
guy
had
plays
fast
cricket.
bowling,
Mhm.
and that helped Sebastian let nobody fool you. The standard of cricket, and every team had at least 3 to 4 quick, not guys that can bowl fast. You had genuine fast bowlers at that time, and you had to bat. And you had fearless. I mean, they say, look, Jim Allen was a fearless batsman, Jim Allen. Yeah.
Now, Sibo, can we look at the other teams in the World Cup?
But I'll just give you a news. Somebody said to tell you, a news you would like to hear. Can tell Mr. Lewis he will have no electricity on Saturday.
Saturday.
Ozzy, I see you watching me.
That's what I feared about. It might not
From 8
electricity.
a.m. to 3 p.m., the batch will be over by then.
8 a.m.
to 3 p.m.
Saturday. Who's playing on Saturday?
This Saturday, I just gave it to Sri Lanka and South Africa, which is a good game.
But not this Sunday.
No, Sunday.
All right. That's been
No,
I
it
fear
was
more
it
so
was
that
on
they
Sunday,
might
or you would have been sick.
Man, gosh, India playing Australia and I can't see that. That would be very sad.
But
boy.
even that too, I find, then the World Cup on, they must be sensitive enough.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but what I'm saying, they have so much rain. Why we still have to go through that kind of thing about this load
a
shedding?
torture.
Yeah.
Torture.
Ozzy says toucher.
Look, I want to ask you a question.
Ozzy says toucher.
We
Go ahead.
know the number of back of the hand bowlers they have, leg spin, back of the hand, and so on. Which of the so-called mystery bowlers, they call them, do you think is the most perplexing to batsmen? Think well of the
in this World Cup?
All of them, yes. Just think well.
Okay, let me think.
Take your time.
Yeah, okay.
Which of the back of the hand mystery bowlers,
Let me
you
see.
believe could be the most perplexing bowler of all of them, in your opinion?
Rashid Khan is a candidate.
Yeah.
He's a candidate. Let me see. Let me think.
Well,
That's
think
now-
of back of anything can be left and
Yeah, I
right.
know. The Indian guy, what's his name?
Kuldeep.
Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep Yadav is a handful.
I vote for Kuldeep Yadav.
He's a handful,
as the
Kuldeep
most
Yadav.
perplexing
Yeah.
batsman
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
in this Living Overs cricket.
Kuldeep Yadav.
Kuldeep Yadav, oh
Yeah,
yes,
he's
man.
He's a handful.
When he's on song, yeah, boy, this man. Rashid Khan not bad, but I don't find,
But Kuldeep could pose a lot of problems.
and that left hand again. Left hand.
Plenty problem.
Oh yeah. I would vote for Kuldeep Yadav.
Plenty.
Plenty. I mean, people like Narayan and so on, ordinary compared to Kuldeep.
Well, Narayan doesn't bowl,
And
Narayan
even-
the pelter also.
the famous Rashid Khan.
Yeah.
Rashid Khan to me has gone down a bit. I forgot what the
Yeah, I think people are beating him now.
Afghanistan fella.
Yeah.
Oh, he had been a world beater before. To me, only last year he has declined. I think Kuldeep Yadav, in my opinion, if I'm a batsman, of course, I'm thinking of facing Mr. To me, he's the most perplexing batsman and bowler, spin bowler, to me on show.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at this dumb leg thing to
You know.
see because this thing is a real problem that will come in.
Yeah,
now.
as
As you said, it's torture, really, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
torture.
dumb leg can spoil your day, Okay. Spoil your day badly,
Completely.
And there's no substitute,
None at all. You don't know where to go. Like old people say, like you too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It just
have a
it just
headache,
spoils
you
your
worry.
day, man. Spoils
Yeah,
your day.
You get up and you're hot. You cannot. Okay, you're at your home. You want to. You can't watch.
Yeah.
Anything. I mean, this is something else.
Sebastian,
I
Yeah.
hope they're very considerate with this big
Sebastian.
match coming up.
you said something there early on that that have my mind body, but it's something that we should be accustomed with. You said that the lights in Dominica, 18%. They said 18%, and you haven't seen anything for the 18%.
Oh, even the winter back, not
Yeah.
80%.
18%, no man.
20%. They said that the only 80% the first contractor did. That's what. Not me that said that. Oscar George, he was live saying that. I have it on tape somewhere. He said that the first contractor, they had issues and he did only 80%. So his 20% will be completed by the new contractor. What he should tell us is of the $2.4 million, did you all get back money?
Right. What happened? Yes.
What happened to the
Yeah.
20%?
How was that 2.4 spent?
Tell us how. That's what I'm saying. We want to know.
How was it spent?
Yeah.
Account for the
Yes,
2.4
the
million.
20, if you say
Yeah.
20%, his contract was $2.4 million. They had a big ceremony, shaking hands, everything.
Yeah.
You are telling us now he only did 80%, and the new contractor will do that 20%. What about the money? Lasha Shesh. Yes, we want to know.
2.4 spent. Nothing to show
The
for
thing
it.
is this. You said you went into the park and you haven't seen anything at all.
There are no poles up there for sure. They might have done work under, I don't know. But there are no poles. They might have did some digging or whatever. But the interesting thing is that he said the man only did 80%. The other 20% will be completed by the new contractor. That is very perplexing. We don't know. They must explain more, and also tell us if there is a tendering process to complete
Well, there's
it.
no tendering, you know that.
None at all. They will choose who they want.
Oh, yeah.
Pay who they want. People will not know how much
just
money.
cherry pick whoever they want.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, and
but
people
the
got
first
to
thing
ask question. Eh?
The first thing you must see, Sebastian, is light poles. You must see poles.
When there are no poles there, when you go to Windsor Park.
No
None,
poles there?
absolutely none. No poles. In fact, there's supposed to be 6 light
Six
towers.
poles, yes.
There are no poles up in the Windsor Park. Yeah. You can go there anytime. That is a fact. None. Pas rien.
So what is the guy they gave the contract to? What is he saying? Is he not accounting for the money?
Well,
anything?
nobody has heard him.
Nobody.
In fact, I understood he even got sick. He was hospitalized. So I understand. He probably got stressed.
So he pulled the wool over the government's head then.
Well, we don't know. Somebody must tell us.
$2.4 million, you know.
dollars. Yeah, I don't
But
know.
that is,
Somebody must tell
Sebastian,
us.
No, that's
the
serious.
guy
thing,
can be
man.
taken before the court.
Well, how you mean about serious, man?
Okay, how you know?
Million.
How you know they'll take him to court? How you know if he's go to court, he might call other people's name? How you know? No, you're not gonna want to go to court, or he might call people, but they would want him to go to court. They would want him to go to court. You think they want him to go to court?
Were
the
you
guy
an
might say,
advisor?
the guy might even.
But they said his name, you know.
Watson Canoville is his name.
Yeah, Canoville. Yes.
Watson Canoville.
Watson Canoville.
The guy might
But
even say,
Sebastian, this
go ahead.
guy, the Canoville.
Yeah.
Canoville. I think we have a caller trying to. Let's see what the caller has to offer. Yes, caller. Welcome to Sports Rap. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Oh, Mr. Minad.
Hello, Mr. Minad.
Yeah, just in a meeting. But I would have listened to you guys, quite a lot, which you would have said. The big stage, the big time, the big occasion starting today, and started with the teams which were in the finals in 2019, right?
Yes. England against New Zealand.
And what an excellent performance coming from
New Zealand. Yes.
Well, one of the England main bowler, Wood, did not show up today.
Well, he was hammered. He went for 55 runs in 5 overs. They had to hide him. They had to hide him away.
Hide.
None of the England bowlers, none of the England bowlers show up.
You call that leather hunting.
Captain of England, he was saying that he believed that the pitch got better for batting.
So the captain was saying, Butler said he believed the pitch was even playing better under the lights. Yeah. But I thought England didn't bat well enough.
They look lackluster too.
And they lost 2 wickets at crucial moments, man.
Terrible shots.
They could have formed better partnerships.
Harry Brook gave away his wicket. Even Butler himself, that
Butler,
shot he played.
yes.
Give up. Root, this is a 50-over game. And there was no need for
That's
Root
the kind
to
of
play that kind of stroke. There's no need with plenty of us
And
to
he
go.
was the last best batsman
Yeah.
there, you know.
No need for him to do that.
And Ali made a stupid stroke too.
He always does
Moeen
that.
Ali. I find England in bat well at all, man.
Well, I will say, guys, there are times when, you will find there are different opinions based on the results. Because if England had bowled New Zealand out for maybe a 250, a 240, 100 and something, and win that game, then they would have forget about how this got out, how that got out, because they would have decided that enough runs were on the board and it was just the bowlers to go there and finish the job. Well, what is most important is who crossed the finishing line first. And even if you lead in a 100 meters race up to 90 meters or 95
It's
meters,
the end that matters, the end.
whoever crossed that finishing line, that is what matters most. And he had nothing in Bolt's last race because he was behind, and I think with about 80 meters gone in the latter part of the race.
He had speed endurance, good speed endurance.
Yeah. So it was an excellent showing, and you would have discussed rightfully, professionally, and in terms of really looking at the cricket aspect, because it is a good issue sometimes where the team, if they have, problems in terms of selection because there are so many good people who are not in the team. That is also a very, very good development. And the captain of New Zealand is a world-class player, but he has done well at the test level. He's not so much a world beater in terms of the one day, but yes, somebody who has what it takes to turn things on and to deliver when it matters most. So his captaincy experience, his leadership, his experience is going to be vital. And the decision now, when it comes to the next game, if he's going to come in, you are going to have to make a decision.
No, stick up in. He won't play the first 3 games, Mr. Maynard. He definitely won't. He won't play the first 3 games.
Okay. So then Young will have another opportunity to, because he also would have done well over the last say 18 months or so. The opener, Young. So there are players in the New Zealand team who are performers. And I did say on this program, specifically in reference to Conway. I mean, I look at this guy, just came on the international scene, and he looked like somebody who has been there for the last 10 years. Every single version, he dominated all of the different versions. No matter whatever he's put in front of him, he show up when it matters most. And no flogging, it's just a class player, a world-class player. I will give him that title now because he has earned it and he deserves it. And it was an excellent exhibition of batsmanship this morning. And it is a good sign for the New Zealand team going forward.
Yeah. Now, when you South Africa playing their first match and against
Sri Lanka Saturday, you won't see those
on Saturday. South Africa a team that can surprise
but
people.
they're batting.
They have a good side,
Powerful batting
team. Cock is a dangerous batsman. Klassen, a powerful hitter.
Van der Susan,
Miller.
They have a powerful
Chapman.
team. Their batting is
and they have good bowling too. Rabada, that guy.
Not a team to take lightly.
Yeah.
Not a team to take lightly at all.
But there's some, they call them chokers because
of that
their history.
Which World Cup it was? Was it in 90? The Australia semi-final.
Right. They call them chokers, reaching far and not going through the extra yard or line.
Not a team to take lightly.
But South Africa, boy, could be on the rebound, I think. They seem to have a good team.
They have a powerful batting team, I can tell you. And they bat deep.
Pakistan, my problem in Pakistan, they have another great batsman.
They heavily depend on Rizwan and Baba Azam and so.
But the bowling, they get a wicket, like the left hand fella, what's his name again? Afridi.
Afridi.
Brilliant,
I'm happy for South Africa that Mandela, wherever he is there, looking over on that team, a mixed team, a number of black players are present now. You won't have black players on the team.
Yes.
So I know Mandela, we will be happy where he is,
A black man, Bavuma, right?
Bavuma.
For 50 overs, we can bat a long innings.
He played a couple hundred the last one, won the 100.
Yeah. Bavuma is a good bat, yes. I think South Africa has a very good chance.
They play at 4:30 against Sri Lanka on Saturday.
Yeah.
4:30 a.m. So
but then I'll be taking the lights.
Well, you wouldn't see that all.
But thank God, God spared me the Sunday match, Australia against India.
It's like torture, really,
Yeah, boy.
You're right, like torture, man.
And it just goes, and that's it.
Boof.
Yeah.
All boof.
You have no warning. You have no way to tell, look, you have 15 more minutes. So you get yourself for it.
And next Saturday, the big one, India against Pakistan, man.
Yeah.
Next week, Saturday. That's a big one.
India plays Pakistan.
Next Saturday, not
next
this
Saturday.
4 a.m.
Yes.
Only one match on that day.
Yes,
Pakistan, the whole world is watching.
Yeah.
The biggest watch game.
Do you like the format, or the round-robin format?
Yeah, man. More cricket, everybody.
More cricket.
So play everybody.
Then the group stages,
too much,
Super Sixes, this and that. Everybody play each other, round-robin, and the top 4 semi-finals.
Yeah.
Sebastian, did you watch the Champions League?
What did Manchester United?
Huh?
It was a disaster watching that on Tuesday. Manchester
What about
United.
PSG? And
Yeah, they were hammered 4-1 by Newcastle. Yeah, I watched that too.
Very, very interesting.
Oh, they're not doing well at all. They've been hammered even at home.
They like Dominica, man.
Well, they're close to that.
Close. But Dominica, we have been hammered constantly, Sebastian football.
Famous club, Manchester United.
They sold their goalkeeper, and they have a goalkeeper from Nigeria, Onana, playing the fool on Wednesday, cost a penalty, took a ball, passed back, all sort of nonsense.
Yeah,
and
Onana to me, he looked like a guy
that's
some
one
nerves.
thing, Ozzy. Somebody asked me, Brian Sims, who brought some goodies here, Ozzy. He said to tell today's
present tense.
Present tense. He just came there, Brian Sims. He said to hail up Salufa today, Teachers Day.
Salufa, yeah.
So
Yes.
Brian Sims, Salufa, Brian Sims want to give you your flowers. He said to hail you up, please, Salufa.
Okay, Salufa.
My former
colleague. Well, one of our listeners. Mr. Maynard is still there now.
Yes, Mr. Maynard. Mr. Maynard, we have just about 1 minute left, so you have to round up. Give a quick comment on the World Cup, and we'll have to round up.
Yeah, I just want to say that we would have witnessed some outstanding cricket this morning, so it is a very, very good start. As I said, we are on the big stage, the big time, the big occasion, and which I think he couldn't have asked for a better start. The two teams which were in the finals, and New Zealand, put their hand up first at the beginning of this tournament.
Well, it was a resounding victory for New Zealand, very resounding.
And let me say this before, which your guest made a very important point in reference to the South African team. I think it's going to come to the stage where it will be just like the West Indies when Frank Rowell took over, where he used to be only white men on the team. It's going to be a time when I believe it's going to be probably 100% or close to 100% of black men representing South Africa.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Maynard, we remember tomorrow, I think Pakistan plays, is it Afghanistan or Bangladesh? No, they play in Netherlands, I think. Pakistan.
Netherlands.
Yeah, Pakistan and the Netherlands play tomorrow. But Sunday, of course, is a big match. Just to repeat, India against Australia. Sunday at 4 o'clock will be a real epic clash. What I like about cricket in India, there's hardly any rain to wash out matches in India. Almost every match, you have great sunshine lobby in India.
Ozzy, millions of dollars will be made on that day, on Sunday. God, I'm telling you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Every Indian.
They have big grounds and big populations.
Whatever ways and means to listen or to watch the game.
Yeah.
They'll be supporting India.
Yeah. Well, Lobby, that's it. It's now 8 o'clock.
Right. Take care. All the best.
Next time. Yes. So thank you very much.
And stay safe.
Right. Good. Manuel Loeblack out there in the Big Apple.
Yes.
On behalf of Lambert Charles, Lucas Sebastian has stepped out momentarily. Ozzy Lewis saying good night and hope to see you next Thursday for more sports. And hope by that time, of course, the World Cup will be in full swing. Just remember, Australia has won the World Cup 5 times. Don't forget that. 5 times. So Australia are always about the favorites. Not that they're going to win again, but you can never discount them. Although they have some problems now, never discount an Australian team at the 50 overs World Cup. So that's it. Australia against India on Sunday. That's the big match. So saying goodbye to you until next week, Thursday. Once again, bye-bye.